what I'm saying? We just had to execute. We wasn't executing first half like we had planned. Came in, at halftime. Zach gave us a halftime speech and told us to execute, and we was able to do that on both sides of the ball. So.
The 4th and 2, you get the long touchdown. What happened there on the 4th and 2 touchdown?
We seen, the whole first half. We seen that how they was, jumping those end breakers. And Joe saw it on that play. It gave me a signal, and the rest was history.
Did they pretty much stay in there too high? Did they
Yeah, they stayed in there a lot today. So.
What was the difference to you in the execution in that second half?
We just finishing plays, but we didn't finish at the end like we needed to. So, yeah.
What is your rest of the season?
Man, take it week by week. We're gonna rest up this next week, figure out what we need to do next, and come back, December 1st and try to start there with 1-0. So.
Do you feel like this game was kind of a microcosm of what's gone wrong for you guys? You are in games close at the end and can't finish?
Man, I really can't pinpoint it. All I can say is that we need to finish at the end of the day. That's all it is. We got to finish.
On both sides of watching Evan go out there with the game on the line. Obviously, he's made plenty of those tonight. He missed 2. Where do you go as a teammate, or how do you view that moving?
Everybody had those games. Last year, the Rams game, or the all-white game, I had, 4 or 5 drops. The guys were encouraging me to just stay on top of it. That's what I'm going to do with Evan. Obviously, him, the guy that he is, and all the big games he won us. All I can do is just be a good teammate, encourage him, and, tell him to, look past it, man. The game's over. Let's look forward to Steelers.
You came off early. You look like you're limping on that play. I think that ball they called, it wasn't a. You were down, but you came. Was it your knee? Were you okay?
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, a little bang bang play there.
Yeah.
Couldn't get right up. You know what I'm saying? I tried. Shit.
It's down to a win or a loss. Everything else doesn't matter. But the way you guys are losing. Does it make it so much different from a frustrating standpoint, or is it?
To be honest, man, it's frustrating. It is. We lose about 3, 6, 7 points. That's frustrating. Like I was telling him earlier, man, we just got to finish. We finish, we'll be all right.
Do you think there's a fine line between, you guys have done things one way for a long time, and in the last couple of years it's given you guys a lot of success. But this year, especially in the way you guys have lost some of these games, with it continuing to be the same theme of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, or do you feel like you guys do need to change something simply just because it's been the same thing over and over?
Honestly, I don't think we need to change nothing. We're playing hella good football. If you look at the stats, both sides of the ball, I feel like we playing, like today, we play hella good football, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's just... I don't know what it is, man. We just got to finish, bro. That's the word. That is the word for the week. Finish the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as we do that, we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to look past this one. Obviously, it's a tough loss. Hats off to those guys over there. I ain't going to discredit them. They played a hell of a game. We just got to go back, figure it out, and come back next week, 2 weeks, and finish. You know what I'm saying? So,
thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, it's the National Football League. We're going to look at that on film, but, they have a lot of talent on their offense as well. It's our job to stop them. We didn't do that. We have a lot to get coached, and obviously first half wasn't the way we wanted it to be either.
How do you explain the first half? Did you feel like you had the energy, or the energy was too low, or what did you feel like happened?
Again, that's going to be something once we kind of go over film. I wish I knew all the answers right now. I don't. Humbling, National Football League. We have a very talented roster. I think these, individually, these pieces, but, it's not coming together as a defense like we planned and stuff like that. So continuing to grow, and, this is our job at the end of the day. This isn't something where you just 11 weeks, this is it. We're going to show up next week, play another game, or 2 weeks from now, play another game, and then go from there.
You're an intense competitor, Trey, obviously, but how do you justify the frustration, and how do you explain the frustration that you had in that first half?
Well, sometimes things get called, and sometimes, it's discretionary, and coaches and players alike are, trying to play with passion as well. So, the frustration is there's a couple times, questionable calls on my end, and then the flag was thrown on that play. It was just, it was a little much for me, but, it's the National Football League as well. I respect what the refs say. I respect their calls, and moving on.
Looked like Zach tried to calm you down or say something to you coming off the field. Did he say something?
Oh, yeah, everybody tries to calm me down. But it's like it's the National Football League. You play with an edge. Everybody does. Everybody should. And, flicking that switch off. I love Zach. He's a great head coach. He's done a lot for me as a person. A lot of great conversations with him. I love him, So it's he plays with the same intensity as fire as me. That first half wasn't going the way we wanted, and that's a little bit of that.
What changed in the second half? Obviously, you guys played a lot better up until the last minute.
Yeah, we have a great defensive coordinator in Lou Anarumo, and that's his job in halftime is to make checks and adjustment and put guys in the right place to be successful. And I feel like in the second half we were that way. And then the first half, I think there's a lot of things we can individually clean up on our end as players.
Anything specific Lou did in the second half?
There's going to be the time and a place to watch film. Looking forward to that. A lot to improve on. And like I said, in 2 weeks we have another game. So.
Did he say anything to y'all at halftime? Did Lou say anything to the group?
Yeah, if he wants to tell you, he will.
Did you huddle the guys up? I couldn't tell on the TV. I don't know. Did you huddle the guys up? Talk to them at all?
I think we have a lot of great leaders on this team, and that's something that we all carry with us, and that's motivating each other and bringing each other up and not tearing each other down, and that's something a brotherhood does, and we're playing as a collective group and unit, and we need to elevate our play.
Is that something that you feel like you can do with Evan? I mean, after the 2 missed kicks at the end?
Kicking's not my job. I don't know much about it. I never was a kicker. He's a great kicker. He has a great track record of making a lot of kicks, and it's the National Football League. We're a production league and things like that, and some weeks you're on, some weeks you're off, but moving on, you have to flush that, and like I said, in 2 weeks we have another game.
Animated conversation with Cam Taylor-Britt. Can you tell us a little bit about what was going on there?
What talking about? This like the first series?
Yeah.
This like we just got to communicate. The whole defense, giving up an explosive play that shouldn't happen.
Germaine, how frustrating is it that you're continuing as a defense to have these same mistakes now in Week 11?
I mean, we just all got to get better. Can't. You gotta look at yourself as an individual, get better. Because I didn't do well tonight, so I can't really pinpoint it on something like that.
How do you kind of explain having a first half like that? I mean, are you able to look back on it and explain it, or are you just kind of blown away by it as just not understanding how it even happens like that?
We just gotta come out faster and compete.
Did you feel like you guys were ready tonight, or did it feel like energy was low coming out there?
I mean, I thought our energy was good. We had the first series we went 3 and out, so I thought our energy was there. Don't lack of energy, but we just got to communicate on each level.
What kind of changes can be made at this point?
Just everybody just getting better, just looking at yourself in the mirror, take the bye week, readjust, look at yourself, and see how you can get better as an individual.
How surprised, disappointed are you that it's turned out this way?
I mean, just got to go back to work.
Did you guys change anything at halftime? Because I think you only gave them, a field goal up until the last minute.
No, we didn't change anything. We just got to stop giving up explosive plays. We just gave them stuff in the first half.
Evan's taking the field to potentially, give you the lead, what's going through your mind on the sideline? Obviously, that's not a play you can control.
I mean, Evan is the key guy for us. He made them critical kicks when we had a run. Obviously he didn't make them, but it's football, man. We just got to step up, pick him up. He's in a tough spot. Obviously he wanted to get them back, but I know he'll be able to make the kicks down the stretch when we really need him.
How do you guys get Cam Taylor-Britt back on track this year?
I mean, first you just start with the individual. Like I said, just take the bye week, this process, and just get better. You know, just look at yourself as a man, an individual, and say, how can I get better as an individual? And then, you know, all of us just building up his confidence. You know, it's all about confidence when you're out there. You just got to be willing to do more than that man next to you, in front of you.